It is difficult to describe the landscape natural beauty of an area, its geographical position, people and customs in a few sentences or in a few minutes of recording. A picture is worth more than 1,000 words, an old saying goes. We hope that this short movie about Plitvice Lakes National Park will tell you a story about this magical place, the most beautiful of all places to us. We also hope you will collect a movie of your own, made up of your impressions and experiences from this park, which is certainly among the most amazing natural wonders in the world. Plitvice Lakes National Park is located in the mountainous region of Croatia called Lika. 90.7% of its territory stretches across Lika and Sane County, while the remaining 9.3% lie in the Karlovac County. This highland region with its amazing karst phenomena is located only 140 kilometers away from Zagreb, the capital of Croatia, and about 200 kilometers from the main Croatian holiday destinations, Istria, the Croatian Central Adriatic, and Dalmatia. Geographically, the Plitvice Lakes are set on the slopes of the Dinarides between the Pannonian Basic and the Mediterranean. In terms of geology, they are divided into the upper lakes, which lie on the Dolomitic Rock, and the lower lakes, set deep in the Limestone Canyon. These geological conditions have contributed to an exceptional variety of the park flora. We find it difficult to put into words the multitude of colors the water takes, all the varieties of crystal green, blue and turquoise. These colors are divided from the ions dissolved in the water, the shade and light, the sunlight breaking in the water, or the color of the vegetation. This is especially true in autumn, when various shades of brown, orange and reddish yellow join in the playful palette and show off the splendor of nature's artistic skill. The protection of the park began far back in 1893, when an association for park decoration was founded and cooperated with a Royal Forest Institution to build the first walking paths, belvederes, mountain trails, and shelters for the rare traveler and visitor of that time. The Plitvice Lakes were proclaimed a national park on April the 8th, 1949, and this date is now celebrated as the Plitvice Lakes National Park Day. The unique beauty, continuous biodynamic processes of travertine formation, building up the natural barriers and dams between the lakes, as well as extraordinary biodiversity of flora and fauna led to the recognition of this area as a World Heritage. The park was listed as such by UNESCO in 1979. The national park area is 29,658.15 acres, or 296.58 square kilometers. The story about this hydrology phenomena in the midst of karst, which is otherwise harsh and dry, began with two rivers, the Black and the White River. Black River probably got its name from the dark brown mosses lining its bed, and because its course runs mainly through the shady woods. White River is much scarcer as regards to the amount of water flowing in it. Its riverbed is covered by sediments of dolomite sand, hence its name. Black and White River join the Plitvice Lakes to form a larger river called Matica, which flows on towards Prošansko Lake. Prošansko is the first of the total of 16 lakes in the national park. One of the most famous park symbols is the Great Fall, a 78-meter-high waterfall. It is the highest waterfall in Croatia. Plitvice Lakes National Park is often mentioned as the area of great waters. However, the water occupies less than 1% of the park area. The greatest ecological system in the park is the forest, occupying about 3/4 of its surface. Čorkova Bay is especially interesting. It is an amazing forest ecological system and one of the most exquisite gems of the pristine beach and fir virgin forests in Europe. The well-preserved forests provide habitat for the big European predators, the bear, wolf, and lynx. Brown bear is alongside the waterfalls and the lakes themselves a symbol of the park. This is why the bear's image is on the park's logo. Other wonderful ecological systems include grass turfs and meadows in their abundance of wildlife. Until the mid-19th century, the Plitvice Lakes were an undiscovered, isolated frontier between the Austrian and the Turkish Empire. They were even dubbed the Devil's Gardens. When the first roads were built in the second half of the 19th century, the Plitvice Lakes received the first visitors and passing travelers. The first hotels, inns, and shelters were built at that time, as well as the first walking and hiking paths. Plitvice Lakes today are the most visited national park in Croatia. Plitvice Lakes National Park is managed by the public institution which manages 4 hotels, 2 camping sites, and a great number of smaller facilities. In the very center of the park, at the Velika Poljana Plain, hotels Jezero, Plitvice, and Belvi are located. They provide facilities for an active, or on the other hand, a relaxing holiday in the midst of the magnificent nature. The Korana camping site is located 5 kilometers away from the park entrance. It is one of the most beautiful camping facilities in continental Croatia, planted with dense and enchanting vegetation. The Borje camping ground is situated below the Lička Plješevica and Mrsin Hill, 15 kilometers away from the entrance into the national park. There are numerous ways to make a tour around the park. An electric boat and the panorama train are included in the park tours. The visitors may enjoy trekking, hiking, electric boat and train rides, biking, skiing, and canoeing on the Kozjak Lake. The haiku poets, poets of a wonderful miniature of words, put their impressions in a few lines. If we wanted to describe the beauty of the Plitvice Lakes, we would have to write haiku about the water, the waterfalls, a drop of rain, the rock, the travertine, the forest, bear, wolf, lynx, orchids, fairies, black queen, winter, summer, spring, autumn, and the park's visitors and inhabitants, and thousands of other stories related to this unique area on the UNESCO list. And after 1,000 poems, we would still lack the words.